How long have you been coaching and how long you've been with Oahu League?
I have been coaching since I was pretty young, actually. When I was still in an academy in France, I started coaching keepers there. But I've focused a little bit more on coaching since I got to the US, so in 2011. And I have been now with Oahu League since 2015, I believe.
What team or teams are you currently coaching right now?
Age groups or club?
Both.
Both. At the moment, I'm coaching the so U11, U12, U13, U14 at the Honolulu Bulls. But so because I'm the technical director, I kind of oversee pretty much all the teams, but mainly coaching, U11, 12, 13, 14.
So you ended up playing in Hawaii, correct, in college?
Yes, yeah. So very randomly. It's yeah. I mean, I'm from France, if you can guess by the accent. But, yeah, so I came for the fall of 2011. So I think I came to the US August 2011 to play for HPU.
So what is your favorite part about being a coach?
I think being able to see that the kids, or you can go through the kids. So if the kids can reproduce what you're teaching them is an awesome feeling, one. So that's more the selfish aspect of it. The second thing, I think, is more so the educational aspect of it. I mean, and the social aspect. It's awesome to see when you're with the kids several years in a row how much they grow. And it's interesting to think that we do play a part in their life, actually. So and I've had that part in college in a way, but it's much more short term, and we used to work with different types of or young adults at least. And with the younger ones, or with the youth clubs, what I really like is that you can really take them from the youngest ages to like 4 or 5 years old to 18 years old when they get to college, and you can really see basically the person growing. And that I really do enjoy. Yeah.
Are there any things that you do to make yourself a better coach? Do you take coaching courses, coaching books?
For me, I think coaches are never basically good enough. So we constantly have to update ourselves. So yes, I mean, I buy books pretty much constantly. I'm trying to do licenses. So obviously, right now it's a little bit limited, but there's still a lot of things that now are offered online. So I try to do like 2 or 3 certificates online pretty much every month. And I try to instill the same in my coaches too. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So what would your advice be to someone who would like to start coaching but doesn't really know where to start?
I think it depends where that person would be coming from. If it's a former player, I think the most important thing is to figure out what messages and what the way that they want to play and how they want to convey this. I think that's knowing yourself before like you can really teach something. That's something where I was sort of thrown into the wolves with no real team coaching experience, and I had to figure out myself without asking myself all those questions. And I think looking back, that's really one thing that I think coaches would need to do. If a person doesn't really have playing experience, is really start to get educated, but also be curious about things. So it's when I say get educated, it's not necessarily just getting licenses. It's really seeing what's out there, watch games, see what the best coaches in the world are doing. Definitely read some of their books, their interviews, and I think you can get a sense. But the best thing about I would say for coaches is really just to get out there, honestly. Because if you have a good feeling with the kids, even if your knowledge is limited, it's you can still provide them with a good experience. So
what advice would you give to kids, let's say a kid on your team who you see is kind of struggling and they don't really know what they're doing anymore?
well, it could be a lot of different things. I would the first thing I would do, one is to talk to the kid individually to try to see what's going on, because there could be issues at soccer. But the issues at soccer could also be coming from somewhere else. So it's I think it's really important to get to know the person, so you can figure out the athlete at the same time too. The way we try to teach it at our club is that everybody has this idea that like you come to training, that you play games, that you're automatically going to get better, so it's a straight line, but it's never the case, right? So we there's always going to be ups and downs, and even in your ups, like I mean, you're going to struggle a lot. So it's I think it's managing expectations, and the more they realize that it's not always going to be super easy for them, then I think the more they come to accept pretty much that they're going to struggle for a while, but it's always going to come back, right, if they stick to it. So perseverance, I think, is one of the main traits probably of a good athlete. But yeah, if you don't have a rapport with the kids, it gets a little bit complicated.
What has been your proudest moment as a coach so far?
So I started coaching a team at the club in 2015, and now they're getting to come of age where they graduate in high school and go to college. So I think to see where they're going to college this year, and given how much they've struggled in the past year, is I think for me personally, that's one of my proudest moments, because they've grown to be awesome people, and it's not just they're not just players to me, right? It was the first generation that I coached, and to see where they're going next year, that they're going to the schools that they want to go, it's I think for me it's I mean, yeah, I'm super proud of how they become. Yeah.